Hi everyone, my name is Alessandra and it's a great honor for me to host European historical houses today in this virtual tour to discover Villa Molin.
Villa Molin is in Padua, about 30 kilometers from Venice, in the north of Italy. It's a typical Venetian villa, perfectly preserved compared to the original design of 1597 and testifies with its beauty the inspirational genius of its designer, Vincenzo Scamozzi. I'm gonna take you through the house and around the property. It will be a journey throughout 4 centuries of history and art. Renaissance, Baroque, Neoclassicism have left an indelible mark on Villa Molin and its park. The Venetian villas are precious treasures of art and architecture, witnesses of the relationship with the territory linked to its waterways, agricultural production and the history of Venice. Villa Molin was built in 1597 for the important politician Niccolo Molin, member of an illustrious noble family of the Serenissima Republic. It is located in an ideal position between Padova and Euganian Hills, elegantly facing the Canale Battaglia. Villa Molin welcomes you in its magnificent interior and lets you walk through the centuries, feeling the union between art and nature. The Italian garden with boxwood and 18th century statues is based on the original design by Vincenzo Scamozzi.
The interior of the villa is truly magnificent and it's even more stunning than the exterior. Above the entrance door, we can see the coat of arms of the Molin family. It's a mill. The Italian for mill is mulino, so the Molin family invites you to enter into the villa and they welcome you.
Niccolo Molin was the Venetian ambassador to Florence and to James I of England at the beginning of the 17th century. He was also Savio di Terraferma and he married the daughter of the Doge Marino Grimani. So he had a very high social position. And when he wished to erect a villa which would be suited the family's social standing, it was natural for him to turn to Scamozzi, the first among Venetian architects at that time. This is our museum room. And here we have a copy of a portrait of Vincenzo Scamozzi by Paolo Veronese. Scamozzi was an architect but also a writer on architecture. He was a very cultivated man. He was from a rich family and he had the occasion to travel widely through Europe and to go to Rome and to study directly the ancient architecture. Vincenzo Scamozzi is the author of Procuratie Nuove in Piazza San Marco, of La Rocca Pisana in Lonigo, of Teatro di Sabioneta in Mantova. And when Palladio died in 1580, he completed some of his works, like La Rotonda and the wooden scene of Teatro Olimpico. Scamozzi was also the author of one of the most comprehensive Renaissance treatises on architecture, the 6th-volume L'idea dell'architettura universale, published for the first time in 1615, which exercised a wide influence in Italy and Northern Europe. This is the original design of Villa Molin as was published in the treatise L'idea dell'architettura universale. As you can see, the drawing is very well detailed and Scamozzi also designed the Italian garden. An extraordinary geometrical coherence based on the square and a perfect correspondence with the original project make Villa Molin one of the best examples of a perfect preserved Venetian villa. The villa is divided into 3 floors. The ground floor dedicated to working purposes with rooms for kitchens and workshops. The first floor was intended as a residence of the noble family with lounges and bedrooms, and the top floor dedicated to servants with dormitory and storage rooms. This is the family tree of the Molin family, and here we have Niccolo Molin. He died in 1608 and the villa was sold to Conte Pio Capodilista. And here we have their stem, their signature. It's a red deer. Many of the most important noble families of Padova over the centuries resided in the villa due to marriages and changes of ownership. When the family lineage of the Capodilistas was interrupted, the villa passed to Conti family in 1672. They were responsible for the frescoes in the central hall, where you can see their shields. In 1748, the villa hosted Carlo Rezzonico, the Bishop of Padova, who became Pope Clemente XIII. In 1772, the Capodilistas family brought back the villa and created the splendid stuccos in the rooms of the first floor. Through changes of ownership, the villa passed on to the Dondi dell'Orologio. In 1955, it was purchased by the industrialist Igino Kofler, who carried out important restoration that brought the villa back to its former glory and brought to light the original frescoes. He also replanted the former Italian walled gardens with boxwood edges beds. During World War I, the villa served as a military command headquarters and was the site of preliminary negotiation that led to the signing of the Austrian-Italian armistice of Villa Giusti on November 3, 1918. Welcome to the Baroque. This impressive hall was painted at the end of the 17th century for the Conti family who lived here. Like all the other families that lived in Villa Molin, they left their mark in the decoration, but not in the architectural structure, which remained the original one of Scamozzi. This extraordinary height and ceiling of 12 meters was intended as the living room, and it is almost a covered courtyard. The walls and the ceiling are completely painted with illusory architecture that resemble an exterior porch, with vain architecture, niche, columns, balustrade. It is a sort of articulated central reception space in the form of a Greek cross. The vestibules give way to more intimate spaces in a series of cubes, double cubes and golden mean rectangles, characteristic of 16th century villa floor plans. Unlike Palladio, who designed the courtyard as an empty space or as a linking element between different buildings, Scamozzi considered the empty parts as a physical and conceptual barycenter, which is generally square in shape. This is one of the former sleeping rooms of the villa. All these rooms are decorated with stuccos. They were all made in the classical style at the end of the 18th century, but the Famiglia Capodilisto came back to live in the villa and restored it completely. They are all different in each room, and the color and the pattern is particular for every room. And from here we have a wonderful view on the Italian garden. Are you ready to discover a small secret? From the sleeping room of Villa Molin, we can reach through a trick the hidden stairways, which are just behind. Through these doors, there's a secret passage, and here they are, the scale segrete. We can reach the upper floor for the servants, or the living room. Through the secret stairways, which are now hidden in the wardrobe of the sleeping room, we reach this place, which is not open to the public. We are now on the balustrade, which overlook the main hall of the villa. From here, we can see very closely all the frescoes that painted the walls of the hall. This is a place where the musician played music to enjoy the people having parties in the main hall of Villa Molin. The loggia with 6 Ionic columns recalled Greek temples, a typical feature of the villa. From here, Niccolò Molin and his ancestors dominated their land, enjoying the beautiful view and welcoming their guests who arrived by the river. The original Ionic diagonal capitals are called Capitelli Scamoziani and are inspired by the capitals of the Tempio di Saturno in Rome that Scamozzi visited during his researches on classical architecture. Johnson was one of the greatest admirers of Scamozzi and came to Italy to visit and study his works, leaving both commentaries and beautiful sketches. Inigo Jones, during his grand tour to Italy, visited Villa Molin and cited it in his essay on columns and balustrades. He said that he was inspired by the columns of the loggia without any basement for the Queen's House in Greenwich. I hope you enjoyed the tour. We look forward to welcoming you in Villa Molin for a tour or for an event. We can host every kind of event, weddings, business meetings and photo shoots, both in the garden and inside the villa.